I am telling Xander what to do in FL Studios, and he's doing it, and he can't hear it. So it's like I'm the ears, and then he's the fingers.
Yeah, I'm making the music, but he's the only one who can hear it.
Yeah, and I don't really know how FL Studio works. He's explained it a couple times, and I can kind of grasp it a little, but it's still a little over my head.
It's a little much. We're basically for this we're gonna follow like my usual workflow of things, just so that way you don't get lost in the FL sauce because that is very easy to do.
Okay.
What kind of song are we making, first of all?
I was thinking something lo-fi.
Something lo-fi? Okay. So I'm going to play a bunch of these, and then when you hear one that you like, we'll throw it in there.
Okay.
Are you vibing with any of these?
I like 3.
You like 3? This one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I had made the decision in my head. I was just kind of going to see if there was any others, but...
Sure. That's at 75, so we'll bump it up to 150.
Also, can we do 4?
Also 4?
Yeah, put it after 3.
After 3? Okay.
Yeah. What can you do for, like, making the bass a little harder?
Oh, for, like, making the kick drums hit a little better? Mm-hmm. Which one do you want to beef up, 3 or 4?
Both of them, just equally if we can. They sound kind of similar. I'm kind of thinking 3 will be something, and then once we hit 4, it will either be some type of, like, drop or key change.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So, but yeah, I think still, like, having bass on both of them is good.
Okay. So this is my Maximus preset, the sub puncher.
Okay.
Which should make the kicks hit a little harder.
Yeah, right there.
Right there?
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Do you have, like, any noise or, like record noise?
Oh, like
or...
vinyl crackle type stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I might. Let me do a little search here.
Do one. One is the best.
That one?
Yep.
Okay, sick. We'll throw that in there. I like to make my effects this light blue. That's got a little more low end in it than I would like.
Yeah.
So we're gonna filter that out.
Can we lower the volume of it too?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now can you play it with everything real quick?
And then I gotta put it over there again.
Could we get the Game Boy startup sound effect? I had a better idea. The startup with the Triforce in A Link to the Past. So it's literally like the first
few seconds of that.
first it's up till 13. It doesn't start quite away. Are you okay with whatever I'm cooking?
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you cook. Drag that in there. So do you want this to be like before everything else?
Well, real quick, can we cut it down?
Yeah.
Okay, now I kind of want to... Can we make it so this friend sounds a little crustier, a little lower quality?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Maybe... I don't know if echoey or, like...
Here.
Watery.
Let me cook. I got an idea.
Okay.
I've got a patcher preset that I made called the Lo-Fi-ifier. The main thing driving it is this Tape Mellowfi plugin, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So with that, it now sounds like...
Ooh, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, and I think I do want it at the start.
Okay. Do you want any, like, reverb on it, or just, like...
I want some reverb, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Heck yeah. We'll throw some reverb on there. Let's just do one of those, and then... no, stay closed, please. Let's turn the wet down to, like, 30%. That's usually about right.
Yep. I think that sounds pretty cool.
Nice. So, okay, we'll scoot all this over. We could also make this louder, too.
What louder?
The intro thing.
A little louder wouldn't hurt.
Here, I'm just going to hit normalize, and then we'll bring it down on the mixer.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm thinking how to transition from that little intro to the drums.
I've got an idea.
You got an idea?
Yeah.
Xander knows more about stuff like this than I do, so...
Okay, so what we'll do is we will Edison this intro art thing. Okay, so now we've got that. We'll put that on its own layer of things, and then we could reverse it and just do like a little lead-in type thing here.
Okay. Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah.
Okay, now, unfortunately, I don't like the drums anymore.
That's okay. That happens a lot.
Yeah, they just don't fit the vibe.
So is the vibe we're going for, like, do you want it to be, like, slower? Because we might still be able to use these.
Slower, more chill, kind of thinking like Zora Domain type kind of vibe-ish. The color, blue-ish. So maybe, yeah, let's see if we can slow these guys down and it makes it
Okay,
better.
so I'm going to set these to stretch instead.
But right now they're just like very, I think they have a little more energy than I want, even though
Sure.
they're lo-fi. Yeah, that's a lot better, I think.
Okay. That's better tempo-wise anyways?
Mm-hmm. Go to drum loop 2. I want to hear how that guy sounds now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Do you think, is it possible to get, like, stems or, like, MIDI of, like, A Link to the Past song?
Yeah, I'm sure there's MIDI for it out there. Okay. So if we try just this one. So like
Yes, I like this.
these are all the individual instruments.
Okay. I like that one.
Okay.
Okay. Can we put another one in?
Yeah, so let's
top of
clone
that.
this and then you look like you're vibing.
I like it.
Okay.
So is that 2 of them or is that just 1?
So this is 2 of them on top of each other.
Okay.
So there's the first one and then we added another one.
Yeah. I was gonna ask to do a thing, but it sounds like they're already doing it themselves. Because it's like one, like it isn't like they're playing on top of each other immediately. It's like one is in and then they add the other one next, like into it after a couple measures. They're like layering it, you know what I mean? Or that's what it sounds like.
It looks like that's what this whole thing is, where it
Oh.
jumps to
That's where I notice it.
what is this, like 8th note?
Yeah.
No, those are 16th notes.
Okay. So I didn't notice, but it sounds like what I was gonna ask you to shift.
So like on its own, it's like
Sorry, I was dancing. Yeah, I like them both together though.
okay. The 16th notes on default CRM preset probably sound pretty.
They're trying. So now can we change the instruments?
We can. Oh, the cat is very asleep.
She was loafing and then she fell asleep, so she's just like, like in the loafed position.
So what kind of sound do you want this first one to be?
Organ?
Organ. Okay. Let me see what I can find for organ.
Nope.
How about that one?
No. Sorry. Maybe organ's not the instrument I'm looking for, but we'll keep playing. Can you try piano dark?
Okay.
I think piano dark will be for the other one, actually.
Okay.
If you want to try that.
I will load that up there.
Maybe this will be the one that we're looking for right now. Will be a horn of some type.
Okay.
Maybe.
MIDI horns are generally pretty hard to make sound good, but...
Yeah, I like this as an organ or the dark piano.
Okay.
We can just play around and see until I find something I like, if that's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
I like blue accordion. It's kind of crunch or like. It sounds like it's coming out of an old piece of hardware, but it still has just like a bit more going on top.
Okay.
So, or like not on top or like. Yeah, can you hear them both together?
Yeah.
Oh. Now I don't think the piano sounds right. Can we try a different instrument for the piano?
Yeah.
Can we try 80s theater and see how it sounds together?
Okay.
Well, that sounds fun.
You like it?
Yes, I do. I very much do.
Okay. Does it all fall apart when it hits the 16th notes?
It does.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Because it gets very quiet, because I think it's like something to do... Is it the envelope?
It is. That is good terminology right there.
That's only because I remember some things that one professor taught us who left after a year.
Yeah. Rip. Boom. MIDI replaced. Okay, so you like how that sounds?
Yeah.
All right. Now if we throw it on here...
Ooh. I really like that.
Is that good?
Yeah. We get to drum loop 2, and I'm trying to think of what to do.
We could add like a bass for when drum loop 2 hits. That way there's a little like low end thing going on.
Sure. Let's try that. Let's see where that goes.
Okay. Let's just copy this bit and then we'll lower this down. Here. I just want to solo this for a second. Okay, so that's too high. That's too high. How about?
I was like, what are you figuring this out with? And it's the waveform.
I'm figuring it out with this little box up top.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
What is that guy called? Is he just the...
This guy is a spectrum analyzer.
Okay.
Which I can also turn into a waveform viewer, but I've got another one over there that I like more.
So it's just redundant if you have it that way?
Yeah. This guy is not here by default. That's baked into my master preset. So, okay, just to make sure. Oh, no, we can go one octave lower. Yeah.
Where?
Just now I see like the lowest part is hitting like right in this sub range, a little below it.
So do we want it to be anything different, or we just want it to be the same instrument, just low?
I figured we could just do that as like a starting point, and then we figure out like a sound for it that we want.
Okay. Something moody, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. I think going back to the thingy we looked at,
Real quick, I want to try something, and feel free to tell me that this does not work. We're going to do like one of these, detune it a little bit, bring that down, make that like an 18, and then...
that sounds cool. I like that.
Okay.
I think it sounds good.
Okay.
Can we hear it all together?
You want that with the drums and everything?
Yeah. It's doing it before drum loop 2.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
So it sounds... also, it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good?
No.
Okay. We'll just get rid of that idea then. Okay, here's what we'll do, right? We'll be like, here's our lead. Here's our chords. And then we do a bass.
Sorry. I'm letting the
And
intros...
then you want to see something crazy?
Yes.
Split by channel. And now these are all their own separate patterns.
Whoa.
So if we don't want the bass to be before drum loop 2, we can just...
Pew. So right now it has like a little space where it like the bass has a second where it's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that so that's not so?
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to like stop. I think if it's like a continuous like changing tone, that would be cooler.
Okay, so let's extend these out, drag them back.
That was so easy.
Yeah.
You went wheel. Yeah.
And then here's an idea. Feel free to veto. We can make it like slide into the next one.
Okay. Yeah, I think that works.
Is it cool?
I think so.
Okay.
Is there a way to make it so... I want there to be like something that happens like at the start of drum loop 2 or at the end of drum loop 1 where it's like a signal like we're doing a different thing now. It doesn't like it's fine that it just shifts into it because it doesn't sound like too abrupt, but I kind of want like a thing there. You know what I mean?
Are you thinking like a filter type thing where it sounds like it's missing all the low and high end for just a second and then it like comes back?
Sure, we can see if that works.
Okay.
I just want there to be like a thing. I don't know how to describe that.
You want there to be like a thing.
A thing.
Okay, we'll just throw one of these on the master here.
So the idea is like you're like listening and you're like, oh, it's different and it sounds, woo, and then the thing happens like, and then the thing happens. Okay. Let me start over because I know how your brain works and I know how my words work. So you're listening to it and you get to this part where you're gonna take out the low end or whatever, and you're like, ooh, it sounds weird, and then all the stuff comes in drum loop 2 and you're like, oh,
Okay.
that's what I'm...
So you want to drop.
but not like a crazy drop, just like a baby one.
Yeah, no, just like a moment.
A moment. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if calling it a drop was gonna make sense.
No,
'cause,
it makes sense. Everything's a drop when you want it to be.
Okay.
So with that filter on the master, here's what it would sound like. And it would sound like that for like just that bar and then drop back into it.
Okay, I think that sounds cool.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to bring that down, create an automation clip, and then we bring it up. Okay, hopefully that worked. Not feeling it?
No. Maybe I want it to be more like not empty, but maybe aggressive.
Okay.
Can there be an aggressive?
There can be an aggressive.
Would that make sense?
Yeah. What if we brought in like some distortion?
Yes. Much.
So do you want distortion here or in the lead up to it?
I think let's try it so we have like the section where there's no low end. Mm-hmm. And then
I just got rid of that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, it's fine. I can bring back the automation.
Because I'm not
It just takes a second.
I was just gonna leave it in my brain to see if it would be cool. And like we crescendo into distortion. Like it grows a little bit for like a measure or two.
Okay.
And then it goes to silent and then it goes to drum loop too. And the silence is still an iffy.
Silence with vinyl crackle would be kind of sick.
Okay.
So it would be like...
The only thing is that the MIDI stuff, it like holds because it becomes outside of that like filter you put on. So then it stops being.
Oh, okay. I see. Here's what we'll do. We'll just cut those completely. And my favorite way to do that is we throw one of these on here. Now you should hear nothing. It looks like you're hearing nothing.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
I hear you.
And then we'll drop that same thing over there. And so that'll be basically just like a toggle for silence.
Okay.
And then bring it back after that. So now it's like...
I know you went to all that work for the silence, but the silence is way too long.
The silence is too long?
Yeah.
I mean, we can bring it back a couple beats too.
Okay.
I forgot to unmute everything else, so here's what it sounds like in context.
Okay. Okay, it sounds better. Go... Okay, so you see where you are right now?
Yeah.
Play it. So the, like, filter is very abrupt.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty easy. We can just... Something like that.
Okay, can you play it again? It's sounding really weird. I think there's an issue.
Oh, is it doing like weird phasing things?
I think so.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
That stuff, yeah.
Hold up.
Hold the phone.
And I said, hold up.
And I said, hold up, that ain't a hot tub.
Okay, let's bring that down. Does that sound better?
Yeah, it sounds not like weird things are going on.
Okay, yeah, I messed up the automation a little bit.
Okay. And we need less silence still.
Less silence, okay. Do you want to just bring this in sooner?
Can we just bring it in to beat 2, so like halfway through the measure?
Yeah, sure.
It makes things a little off kilter, but it's fine. We can make it better.
It's called art. You don't have to make it better.
Is it okay to have it come in like that?
It's music. There's no rules.
Well, you know what I mean.
If it sounds good to you, then it sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Because I was like, yeah. So what are things people do in songs? We have a beginning. We have like a thing. That's so vague. Like we have a thing going on, and then we have like it changes the thing. What are other things to put in songs?
So okay.
You know, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So here's how I'm thinking. Right. Mm-hmm. We've got our intro here, and then we've got this, which is basically acting like a verse, even though we don't have any like lyrics or anything for it. And then we've got this here, which is kind of like our chorus. or our drop or whatever. Once we get to the end of that, it's like 39 seconds. We said ahead of time we wanted to do something like a minute long. So we probably have time for one more section in here.
Okay, so 3 sections.
Yeah. Do you want it to build even more on this, or do you want it to be more of kind of like a minimal like cool down type of thing?
I think we want that. I was trying to decide between the two.
So one thing we could do for that is we could switch up the instrumentation for just that last section to be something a little lighter. So we'll just cut that there. We'll go back to drum loop 1. Or do you not wanna?
Yeah, I think drum loop 1.
Also, I just realized we forgot to do distortion here.
On what part?
On our chorus-y thing.
Okay.
On this bit. So I have no idea what this lead sounds like. But let's just try it. Let's just find out. I'm gonna throw Saturn on it.
Like the planet?
Yeah. And then we'll just try some stuff.
Okay. It's taking a lot of brain power for me to explain things in vague terms at you.
Just don't be so vague, forehead. And this is with it.
I like the distortion.
You think that one's good? I mean, I can jump around a few here. Does it sound good?
Yeah, I like how it sounds.
Okay. Also, I can see we're getting some low-end stuff going on there, and that's probably going to get in the way of our bass a little bit, so I'm just going to make a cut there. Does it still sound okay?
I think I don't want it at all.
You don't want...
I like how it sounded before.
No distortion?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing we could do for that section is just a layer on top of it, so it's like playing the same thing, but then we can adjust that instrument individually.
Okay.
This is layered with the original lead. We just need to find something that sounds good with it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change some stuff around, but the original lead sound will stay the same.
Okay. I like that.
You like that one?
I like that one. I like that one. We're gonna settle.
Okay, we're going to settle.
It is so weird. I can't wait for you to hear this at the end and be like, dang, you cooked nonsense.
Okay, so there's this guy. I'm going to cut some low end out of that. So with the way we've got it now, it sounds like this leading into that section.
Ooh. Yeah, I
That
like
cool? Sick. We could do the same thing for the chords if you want, or we could just leave them.
I think it's fine. I think we're gonna be doing too much then.
Okay. I kind of want to add like some kind of like crash cymbal or like splash impact thing here.
Do you think we could find a sound effect? From
Yeah,
Zelda?
yeah, no, like from Zelda?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Is that just a pack of all the sound effects?
I guess, yeah. We'll download it. We'll see. We'll let them cook.
Why are there exe files in this? Yes, run.
So now we can load them up in here.
Yeah, I want Ignahem. Shoot.
Okay. We will throw that right there. I'm assuming that sounds like a pew.
Yeah, it's like pew pew pew.
Pew pew pew. Okay. I'm gonna throw that through not VFX color mapper. I'm gonna throw that through.
Hypothetically, could you put this as a single on Spotify?
On Spotify? No.
Yeah. Oh.
Because we don't own copyright for the melody.
I was just like,
And also it contains a bunch of samples that we definitely do not have clearance for.
I was asking because I was like, what if I like this enough that I want to listen to it more?
I mean,
You
I can
could-
still give you the file.
And I could just download it.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I upload it to Spotify like as my personal library?
I think you can, yeah.
Okay. If I like it. I mean, I'm vibing. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. Ignihim charge. I want to hear that. I don't know if you know the sound effect, but it's like doo 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 doo. It's like
kind of a riser type thing.
yeah.
What if we put it right before?
So when people make like remixes for Nintendo stuff and put it on Spotify, are they just risking it?
Sometimes it gets cleared by Nintendo. Yeah, usually it is better to ask for permission than forgiveness.
Okay. Especially with copyrighty stuff.
For copyrighty stuff specifically, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? We put the charge here, and it kind of like builds into this little pew noise. So it's like,
Yeah.
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 Here, let me do one more, just fancy little thing.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if you could do that, because otherwise I feel like it's gonna be too sudden. I have an opinion. I feel like the first chunk of drum, like the drum loop 1 chunk, I feel like it doesn't go on it needs to go on a little longer. Or maybe there needs to be more pizzazz in it. I don't know.
Okay, so we can add some pizzazz on top of it.
It needs something going on, because when it gets to the drop, it's just kind of like, oh, we're already shuffling into this, you know?
So you're talking like some like build up drum type things?
Yeah, maybe something that doesn't quite like leading, like it doesn't, your brain doesn't go, oh, this is quite leading up. Maybe it's just like, oh, you're just adding stuff. And then you're like, and then you get to the lead up part and you're like, oh, okay.
I see what you're saying.
Because it just feels like it isn't doing enough.
Okay. Here, let's look for some more sounds and then turn them into fun little percussion things. And then we'll like sprinkle those on top in the second half here.
Okay. Beam is kind of like the pew, but less powerful.
It's like a pew pew.
It's like, yeah. It's like, instead of it being Ignihim, it's like a Wizrobe.
Okay.
I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so we'll throw in beam. We'll make that. We'll just leave them named as they are, but we will color them so we know that they are percussion.
Boss Die sounds really cool, but I was thinking of, because it's like whoa.
Yeah, we can't really use that.
Yeah.
We could maybe throw that at like the very end.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was like.
Okay. Okay, so at the very end is like.
Yeah, but we'll do some stuff to it when we get there.
Yeah, just leaving it there for now.
Yeah.
Anyways, more percussion-y things. And keep in mind, we can like repitch these or kind of change the shape of them a little bit as we want.
Can you go back to break?
That one?
Yeah. It's like when you pick up a pot and you throw it, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's just like,
so it's like a jar type thing?
but not like as like jarry. It sounds more like you're throwing a rock. But I know you don't throw rocks in this game.
Okay.
Well, like,
You can throw the big rocks, can't you?
I think after you get the bracelet, but like at the start. It doesn't sound ceramic, it sounds like dirt. Cursor maybe. Cursor's like just clicking around in the menu.
Oh, in the menu.
Mm-hmm. Or like when you're going to click your file.
Yeah. Here, let me
So it's just like a little ding.
close a couple things over here.
Fireball, I think, would be a little fun. It sounds not very much like fire, but it sounds like a ball. It sounds like when you hit the rubber or like the bumpers.
Oh, like the bouncy guys?
Yeah. It does not sound like fire. It sounds like...
They tried, okay.
Yeah. Key 2, maybe.
Key 2?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of tingy. Go back up to Lay Bomb. Yeah, he's more on the low end side.
Okay.
That's another like low endy one we could do, I think. A lot of the ones I have are very like more high endy. if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, we only need like one, maybe two low-endy ones, right?
We'll get, I don't know, they're just there to be together, maybe. We might not use all of them.
Yeah, no, that's totally valid.
I was just like, that one.
Yeah, no, this will just be kind of tricky without knowing for sure where, like, the kick drums are in this. So, am I correct? Are these, like, big fat spikes here? Are those the kick drums in this?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, they are.
Okay. That makes things a lot easier.
I didn't go into this being like, I want to make a Zelda thing. I was just like, we're going to go into this and make, I don't know, a vibe.
Okay, so you're not going to hear anything from this right away, but I want to figure out exactly where the kicks are, so we can do some cool, like, sidechainy stuff.
Okay.
Now, if I just... Actually, we can leave the vinyl. If I put everything there, does the kick drum hit harder now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now, here's what I'm thinking, right? We bring up this release time a little bit. Does that sound cool?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. It gives it more oomph.
Yeah.
The oomphs.
Yeah, and so what I just did is in my default preset here, I've got this little impulse thing that's just like a really, really short sound that basically only triggers this sidechain thing here. And then anything that I want to be sidechained, I just route to this channel instead of the master. And then it gets ducked whenever impulse hits.
Ah.
So I'm lining that up with the kicks.
I see.
So now what we can do, since we know where the kicks are, is we can build our other drum stuff around that.
Okay.
Here, I'm just going to do the tried and true method of put a bunch of stuff together. Not good?
No.
Okay. Maybe not so true after all.
Not beam right now.
Not beam?
I don't want beam right now.
Okay.
Do we want to put something with the kicks? Like a sound effect?
We can.
I think maybe that would be a good way to start. I think that's...
Some sounds that may be helpful. Get out of here.
Can I hear break?
Break sounds like this.
Okay.
That seems kind of long.
Yeah. That's because it's got, like, it breaks and then it kind of, like, crumbles.
What if we put just the crumbly bit at, like, over top of the kick? So it's just like this on top of the kick.
Okay, yeah, that works.
So here. Oh, you probably can't hear it at all because it's being ducked. Duh.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna say, it sounds good, but I don't hear any difference.
Okay.
Oh.
Does
Yeah.
it need to be louder?
I think if it was louder, it would be distracting.
Okay. But does it sound like okay there?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
And this will just go, like, not at the start of drum loop 1, but later.
Oh, true.
Because we're, yeah.
Okay, so you just want to copy the kick pattern with break here?
Yeah, ba-ba.
Okay. Here's what we'll do is we'll go into the piano roll. We'll just copy. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Did you become silly?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too silly for me. Okay. So you shouldn't hear it now. And then it'll come in here.
Yeah. Then I think since it comes in, we can turn it up just a wee bit.
Okay.
Just a wee bit.
here. Is that loud enough or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking.
No, you're good. Okay, do we want anything to layer with the snare?
Do you know where the snare is?
It'll just be on 2 and 4, probably. So, like, here. I think. Wait, no, maybe not. Yeah, no, it would. So it'd be like... And then be there.
Maybe fireball for snare.
Fireball for snare?
Remember? We'll see if it's too much. I like it. I think it needs to be turned up just a little bit too.
Yeah, a lot of these sound effects are pretty quiet. So I'll just...
It sounds really fun. Ooh, lower. Yeah, I think right there.
Okay. Sick.
So what else is there? We got kick, snare. Is there hi-hat?
I'm assuming there is. That's going to be a lot harder to figure out unless it's just on, like, every quarter note here.
Can you play the drums by themselves and let me try and think?
We also don't have to layer with it, and we can just, like, make our own pattern that sits on top of it, too.
I also don't like key anymore.
You don't like key?
Nope.
Okay.
Sounds...
Get out of here, key 2.
Sounds like garbage. Poo-poo caca.
Okay. Which one do you want to use then? We've got cursor, we've got beam, we've got lay bomb, and we've got move object.
Let's use cursor.
Cursor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cursor.
Let's trim that. Yeah.
The cursor sounds just weird in that spot.
Let me cook some stuff up, and you just veto whatever you don't like.
Okay, because, like, this part is, like, really hard.
Mm-hmm. No, I get you.
Because it's like, I don't know.
Okay, let's pitch up move object. What does that sound like?
It's like, but, like, a little lower.
I mean, that's kind of cool. Ah!
Or more like the baby of and...
Okay, so, like, if we did, like, a... Here, let me just solo just this.
Yeah, I like that there. The
Okay, and cursor's fine where it's at?
Yeah, I think so. I had to think about it for like a hot second, be like, I don't know.
Okay, so now we're gonna try to get a little fancy. Thoughts?
Play it again. I think I like it.
Okay.
Can you play it with the other stuff?
It might be kind of hard to hear. This is gonna be like way too loud, but just like let me know if it's in the right spot at least.
I don't know, it sounds weird.
Sounds weird?
It sounds weird. It sounds off. I don't know. I really don't know. It just sounds odd, and I'm like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be.
It doesn't. It's not supposed to be anything. You can make it whatever you want.
I don't like it. There we go.
You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Okay.
And I'm just like trying to like think. I don't know how to make it better.
Okay. Here's what we can do. Right. We can put lay bomb, in like this space where a kick normally would be, but it like has a gap between them. And then we can just repeat this bit over all of it. And then there. Okay, how does this sound?
I think I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call that good and we'll just roll with that.
Some of the sound effects are really loud and some of them are very quiet.
Okay. Let's normalize all of these. When is beam too loud? Oh, did we use beam? We didn't
No.
use beam.
That's fine. I don't want to use them then.
Okay. No beam.
We don't need to force him in yeah.
Yeah. No beams.
No.
Okay. When is break too loud?
A little lower. Okay, stop.
Oop. Let's loop this bit.
I think he's fine right there.
Okay.
Once we get this done, we render out this version, and then I would very much appreciate if you went through and made this not sound weird.
Yeah, I
Just
can
like
do that.
the whole thing, so it sounds like an actual like remix.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Lower. Actually, I think we can just get rid of it. I think.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it just sounds like a little weird little squeak.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got
We got things. We got sauce.
our perk layer here. Oh no.
What?
Our whole like sidechain thing is going to be different on drum loop 2 because the kicks are in different spots.
I don't want it to be so like this perk we're doing. Are you talking about if we made it?
No, I'm just talking about like the ducking effect we've got on the kick for drum loop 1 right now. Like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Do you want that over here?
I don't know. Can we just listen to it?
It'll sound like this.
I don't think I want it.
You don't want it?
After all that work, is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I want to do something cool for the like cooldown back here.
Yeah, it needs something. What are you gonna do?
So here's what I'm thinking, right? We can we can have it be pretty normal for this bit. And then for the second half, we start to fade in like some kind of effect. Like I'm thinking like a flanger or something.
Flanger go or ooh.
It go like
Okay. I think I was thinking of vibrato.
yeah, you're thinking of vibrato. So we pull out the incredibly elusive fruity phaser on the master. Okay, does this sound interesting?
Yeah, it does. It sounds neat.
Okay.
Sounds like it's doing things that are cool. I don't know how to explain.
So we'll bring that down and then we'll make an automation clip and then slowly like bring that in
Okay.
and then drop it out here and then we'll have like I kind of want some kind of like impact type thing. Let's get like one of these.
That's like
Yeah. Is that like a really big one?
yeah. That one was like this one's this one's like more low end.
Okay.
No, not that one at all. No.
Are you feeling any of these?
Some of the ones at the start you showed me.
Okay, so like back here.
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll throw in one of these, and then we have one of those back here.
It is really loud.
It is really loud.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, because it's probably like maxed out volume.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was... No, it didn't like hurt. It was just like a lot. And it was just like, oh. Yeah, that sounds neat.
Okay, and then we just need to route that there so it doesn't mess anything up. How is this? Is it too loud?
I think, yeah. I think the one at the start can be less.
Okay. I also want one of these here. Is this one too loud?
No, I think that one's perfect.
Okay, sick. So it's just this one?
Yeah.
We'll make that unique and bring down the volume.
Like, he was so loud, it was making it sound very empty after he left.
Like that?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really giving any, like... I don't know. I'm, like, thinking very hard.
You're okay. This music stuff's hard, huh?
Yeah, it is. That's why I use baby DAWs that... I mean, don't do everything I want, but I understand a little better because it's made for babies. I think I use one that's literally made for elementary school people.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's done.
Okay. Can I hear it?
Yeah. Are you... No, I'm, like, nervous. It's like... No... You're gonna listen to it and you're gonna be like, yo, what the actual dog poopy caca did you make?
I might have a few notes, but I'm not gonna be, like, mean about it.
It looks like I look like a thumb now that I don't have headphones.
Thumb. Okay. Oh. That lead is cool. I like that. Oh, the kick layer? Ooh.
I like that ending.
Oh, that's a great ending.
How do you feel about it?
That's not too bad.
I feel like
It feels very warm, right? Like all of the sounds that you picked out are very like analog, like almost like chiptune-y. Mm-hmm. And like I like that.
yeah. I feel like what this has is it has chunks of ideas that I wish were developed more, but I have no idea what to do. You know what I mean?
Well, I can try doing some things.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
It feels
No, it's got some good stuff in there.
yeah, I like what it's got, but it's just like they're just chunks of things that are just and like they blend together. It's just it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that was it, huh? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah. I think you did a good job.
How do you feel about the drums I picked?
The drums you picked, I want to listen to those again.
Just like the drum loops?
Yeah. I want to hear the drum loops with the percussion here.
It's real silly, but I like it.
I think, what is it that we've got as like a snare layer there? Is it the fireball? The fireball's really goofy.
Yeah, it's not a fireball. It's like the rubber bumpers, you know? But I like it. Do you like it? Or do you want it to be different?
I
don't know.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
To be honest.
It's goofy, but like also maybe that doesn't fit the vibe. The vibe is kind of like a little more melodramatic, maybe.
Here, if we just like trim it.
Okay.
Okay, now it's like a shorter like, bing,
Okay.
and it's still got just like a little bit of wobble to it. But like, if I listen to it now, could probably pitch it a little different too. Let's throw a frequency shifter on there for funnies.
For poops and giggles.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, you.
Do you want me to hear that bit now?
Yeah.
It's like a little ting. It sounds like if you were to pluck a bowstring.
Yeah. It's got that same kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, I like it.
I still don't know if it fits, but I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will, I'll do some polishing up on that.
Okay. And then it'll be something?
Maybe.
Is it already something?
Kinda. It's kinda already something. Do you want it to be longer?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I don't make a lot of lo-fi, so I don't know how like lo-fi songs usually go.
They usually are maybe a little shorter than normal songs, like the 3-minute marker.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, I feel like you don't have a lot of time to like sit in things, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
It shifts to the next thing.
Pretty quick.
Yeah,
and
and
it's like another repetition.
Yeah, I know like when I learned audio stuff, they talked about like keeping your ear interested, but I feel like it's a little like too like ADHD.
Yeah, lo-fi is definitely a genre that is less worried about that.
Yeah.
And it's more
Vibey.
Yeah, it repeats itself enough times that you can kind of get lost in it. And then when it changes, it's like, ooh, that's
Is
fun.
this still lo-fi?
I guess.
I don't know. It wasn't.
It's not really.
But like
It's like chiptune, kinda.
moody chiptune.
Yeah. I mean, straight up, like, this could be like a liquid dubstep thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It just needs like some heavier drums on it.
Okay.
Okay, so we are back. I finished up the beat, and now Vinny's gonna listen to it, having no idea what I did with it.
Yep.
So are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it what you envisioned it to be?
Well, I honestly don't know what I envisioned it to be, but like, it all vibed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was like, yeah, it stayed like how I wanted it to be.
Okay, sick.
But it was really good. I could tell kind of on that fake out that you weren't committing. Well, I wasn't watching the timer to let you know, but I could tell because it was like, wow, I don't know. It didn't sound quite like an ending, but I was like, is it the ending? And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so I'm going to open up the project file now.
And explain a bit?
And yeah, kind of show you what I did for that.
Is there any place you can put this so people can listen to it that won't get you nay-nayed?
Yeah, I'll do some looking into that, and then if I find, I don't know, some way to get it to you guys, then I will have a link for it in the description. So here is what the FL project ended up looking like. It's pretty much the same, just longer. Mm-hmm. The lead here stayed pretty much exactly the same.
You did more effects to the Triforce bit.
Yeah.
It sounded more scrungled.
Yeah, so let's start with that. So I added some ring modulation onto the start of that. And that was just on top of the effect stuff we already had going on. So it starts off like really subtle, and that's what kind of gives it that like wavy feeling at the start. And then the waviness speeds up to the point where it starts to like really mess with it. So that's how you get like the... Yeah, it's just the frequency turning up on that. That was kind of tricky to fine tune, but it got there eventually. Because if you turn it all the way down, then it still it tries to move, but like it just goes and yeah.
Also, I just wanted to point out, I am looking at the screen. It's just the one, we have two monitors, and one of them is easier for me to look at. So it was just funny because I noticed that in the cam, we were looking in two separate directions. Anyway, but yeah, that's cool.
So
that sounds hard.
It wasn't that bad. It just took a little bit of trial and error mostly. Then, so I spread this stuff out, introduced the drum loop on the, I guess, third repetition. So I gave each section like 8 bars to just kind of breathe as its own thing.
Because I know that was something I mentioned. I described it as ADHD.
Yeah.
Because it kept jumping too fast, I think.
Yeah, and so once we get to here, the drums come in, and I've got just the side chain going without any extra percussion on it. And then the second time through that is when we get the extra percussion. So yeah, I used that when I introduced the percussion as kind of the build-up section. It's like halfway through that. And then I bring in this acoustic drum loop, which is literally just like it's that stock FL drum loop. And it's funny because I never use those, but I was like, you know what, rather than go on Splice and try to find something that's exactly what I want it to be, I'll just like get something that's already time stretched and then add some effects from there.
Yeah.
So we've got we've got a fair amount of stuff going on. I kicked out all of the low ends to get rid of that kick drum, and then I had to dip this, which is like the snare drum fundamental, because otherwise after all the other effects that would ring out like super hard.
And that was the frequency where it was being silly.
Yeah. Then I ran it through just a little bit of Camel Crusher. I say a little bit. It's a lot of the compressor and just like a little bit of distortion. I threw it through 2 reverbs, and then through a compressor on this parallel choke drum preset. Through Maximus just to get a little more out of the high end, because I wanted those cymbals to really like, I don't know, I kind of wanted it to be like a wash of noise in the high end a little bit.
That's good, yeah, because I know I focused on bassy bits.
Yeah, and that was kind of why I wanted to include this drum loop, is because I wanted something to fill out the high end, and I was like, yeah, some cymbals would be good for that.
High end is harder for me to think of ideas for.
Sure.
So that's, yeah.
Anyways, I threw all of that through a limiter with just enough gain to like level it out, basically. That way it really sounds all like squished and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then another EQ just to take out the low end of the reverb and then take out some of the high end because it was a little too much after the Maximus. Mm-hmm. And then I threw that through a stereo shaper just to add some like stereo info in the high end. Before any FL aficionados come after me, I made this before frequency splitter was a thing, hence the 3 Maximi. Also, there's a crash cymbal layered in there too.
Cool.
And that's all going through that same effects chain. I literally have it on, like, it's routed to the same channel, and then I just, like, lower the volume of it. And I also upped the stereo separation on that a whole bit. I did a little bit of stereo stuff just to kind of widen out the sound. With lead 2 here, that's this guy.
Mm-hmm. He sounds cool. He's new, yeah? No, he's the thing, but different.
Yeah, so he's the thing, but I added some distortion on top of it. And by some, I mean I just turned warm tape all the way up, and it sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then I cut out the low end of that. I cut out the low end of this lead because we forgot to do that. Mm-hmm. Chords I didn't have to really touch at all. I just messed with some panning things. Mm. And then the bass here, this guy. So it is the same serum patch that we were working with, but then I added some distortion onto there, and then did like a post filter on it to filter out some low end, just so this sine wave sub could be all clear. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, oh, if I move that around, then it creates some fun like vowel-y movement. And so I limited that pretty hard and then just threw an EQ on top of it to give it kind of like a guitar distortion type thing. And then I attached the frequency of this filter to this macro so I could automate it in FL. So down here we've got just an automation that I copy pasted over and over again. Yeah, so that way it's just got like a little bit of movement to it.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it really fits the genre or whatever, but like it's still cool.
Yeah, the wavy farts.
Yeah.
Is that okay that I called them farts?
It is.
They sound cool. It's just they also sound like farts a little bit.
Yeah.
Robot farts.
Well, that's because a fart is basically just a sawtooth wave. For this second half of the drop here, mm-hmm. Literally all I did was take the lead layer thing up an octave. Mm-hmm. Just to give it a little more energy. And speaking of, during the drop section, I just copy pasted the chords but an octave up. And that gives them not only a little more like energy, but also just more volume in general because it's twice as many notes.
Yeah.
Wow, that cat's really fighting you, huh?
Yeah. She was kind of chilling. She was kind of nomming on me, but then she was like, nah, I want to be on the desk. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
But...
And then we've got this 808 like thing in the fake out section. That's this guy. That is literally just a flex preset, 808 clean. That's where I get most of my 808s from. And then for this little like pre-drop sound here,
There's a little tingy to it.
yeah, I tried to do the same thing that I did with the ring modulation for the intro ARP, except with a bit crusher. That one was a lot harder to get working, and to like make it sound decent. Just because a lot of this stuff is like very, if you move it a little bit, it changes a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in like this first quarter or so, like that's where the biggest changes are. So there was a lot of fine tuning on that to make it sound okay. Oh yeah, the other thing I did was I moved this thing down to F instead of C because it just worked better with the sub bass. I forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, I also had this reverse impact to kind of sweep into it. Yeah, and
It makes me think of like a cinematic boom.
Yeah,
boom.
It's just the same thing but reversed and pitched up.
Okay.
So it's not anything too fancy. And yeah, other than that, I didn't really have to do a whole lot.
You explains all these things you did. It wasn't too much. I mean, it didn't take you too long to make. This is literally like the next day.
Yeah, no, I went through and did all of this in probably like 2 hours ish.
Okay.
And a lot of that was just fine tuning, mixing stuff.
Yeah, it turned out really cool. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's all right.
You think it's all right? What do you mean by that?
I think the only thing we can prove is it needs a name. Whatever we end up naming it, that will be what the file is named. And if you want the file, it will be in the description in some form or another. So enjoy.